This is my review on I'm sorry, I forgot what I was going to review. So I guess I'm going to have to make up something else. Shazam. I'm going to review Shazam. The movie from 2019. I give it an 8 out of 10. The movie. I only have one problem with this. Big problem with this movie is that I don't buy that I have trouble buying into the illusion that Billy, the actor that plays the adult Billy, is the same person as the same guy that plays the other Billy in the movie. They both have two different energies for their. One's more subtle and one's more over the top, and the adult one's more over the top and childish. The adult actor is Zachary something, I forgot his name. Anyway, that plays Shazam, that used to go by the name Captain Marvel before he changed it because of legal rights with Marvel issues. Where that's how they lost the name, to use it. And therefore go by Shazam now, he will go by Billy Batson. It's confusing. Anyway, so is this movie confusing in a nutshell. I'm not really sure what the fuck is this film about. Really, it's hard to follow along. More or less. At times. But anyway, this wizard brings him this power for some reason. Grants him this power to turn to Shazam via a sewer, and he sucks. And just takes money from people. And does nothing heroic. Gee, wizard, you're sure you're Shazam, the wizard Shazam, named Shazam, and for some reason, Shazam thought it would be good to lend Billy the powers. And thought he was pure of heart for some reason. Really? How much booze do you think he was drinking? Shazam, the wizard. To come up with that assumption for Billy's case. Even Billy knows that's a mistake, thinking that he's pure of heart. Even Billy knows that's not true. That's the wrong person for him. But he gets the powers anyway because the wizard won't leave him the fuck alone. So Billy gives him the peer pressure and accepts the wizard's powers and says the wizard's name Shazam, and he turns into his version of Shazam from the comics. Even with the comic accurate, cheesy looking costume it came with. So that's why I give Shazam an 8 out of 10. The rest of the movie feels rushed at times, but with likable and charming characters that really warm the blood and which warms the veins in the heart. Because the characters are just that cute and likable. At times, all these characters in the movie, most of them, more or less, of the main characters. Billy's surprisingly likable, even though he's kind of a jerk of a cat. He can be a bit of a jerk at times in this incarnation of Billy from DC Comics. So I give Shazam an 8 out of 10. I'm not really sure what the point of this movie was. Why it was made, what was it trying to tell. Don't ask me. I don't know. I didn't read it. I just watched the film. And that's why I give Shazam an 8 out of 10. Okay? Now I'm reviewing 2017's Wonder Woman movie. I give that an 8 out of 10 because, like Shazam, it feels like I don't know what the fuck is going on at times. I could follow along the stuff with the God of War and Ares, but I couldn't follow along with the stuff on with the Amazons and Themyscira, and it's just and we're barely in with the Amazons, and they don't really do much except get killed and get their ass whooped by men with guns, because they have swords and bow and arrows, no guns. No modern protection for weapons from the man with his guns. So a lot of them, a handful of them get slaughtered. We get to see, instead of them being bad, we get to see them getting their ass whooped, rightfully so. But I guess these are supposed to be badass versions of Amazon warriors, I guess, from DC lore. But all they do is they just keep easily getting killed. The only one, I guess, the only one that's a competent fighter is Diana, surprisingly. And surprisingly, all the other Amazons disrespect her like shit. And don't see her as worthy to be Amazon. For some reason, they hate her. I don't know. So that's why she's not allowed to go to man's land and help with the dilemma of in the war between men. And World War scenario it is too. Scenario it takes in World War II time scenario. This war, and so I guess so. Steve's trying to stop it, and Diane wants to tag along. Commits treason against the Amazon, blah, blah, blah. And gets her comic book accurate costume by stealing it from the armory, I guess, or getting it somewhere, or I don't know. It does. Look, we just saw her looking at this. Look, one shot shows her no longer in the costume. The next shot shows her in the costumes. That is even a more bleak transformation into one turning into the costume more than, well, the Aquaman movie going from costume to no costume. Wait, that's the other way around. I meant to say for Aquaman. The point is, I realize I'm getting confused. Okay, so you know how the Aquaman looked cool, and even though the costume kind of came out of nowhere, they at least made a big deal of the costume. This movie doesn't make a big deal of how cool the costume looks, so I guess we're just supposed to accept that she's now wearing a different wardrobe that's more in line with comic book Wonder Woman that she normally wears for her outfits in the comics. So she's finally wearing her comic costume, and I guess we're just I'm not sure what the fuck is going on in this movie anymore. And also, the villain costume is made out of trash. Little spare parts of metal. The villain Ares. And it looks like ass bad. Poorly designed. I mean, you couldn't just get him you couldn't get him an actual. You couldn't have him wear his actual armor. We see him in the flashbacks wearing the actual armor, Ares. But when he goes toe to toe with Diana, Wonder Woman, he's just wearing trash. Spare parts to make a metal armor. Because he forgot to bring his actual armor, I guess. I don't know what happened to his actual armor. Don't know. Not really explain, I thought. So, what does this movie have going for it? Well, it's like Catwoman movie. It's a hot mess because of Gal Gadot. It's a hot mess train wreck of a bad ideas movie. With a cute girl in the main role. Like the Catwoman movie. It's just a train wreck of bad ideas. Like a car crash. Like watching a car crash and watching someone dying or getting mortally wounded in a car crash. You can't help but watch it, but you're both fascinated by it. But part of you wondering, am I a bad person? Because I'm kind of enjoying it. That's what Wonder Woman movie gives you, that guilt feeling of watching. Someone in a car crash, or in a plane crash, or in a boat crash. You know, someone dying. It gives you that release feeling of anxiety of watching someone die that you don't know. Like on TV, when you watch someone you don't know watch on TV, when you watch the news. That's how good, that's the Wonder Woman movie, is what the writing's like in a nutshell. And the beautiful wonder feeling it gives you after watching the movie Wonder Woman from 2017. And a clear-headed conscience it gives you. Because it's just relaxing. This, even though it's poorly written, poorly put together and acted, and a shitload of bad ideas like Catwoman, maybe not as much. But almost as memorable as Catwoman movie was. This movie, Wonder Woman. And that's why I give Wonder Woman an 8 out of 10. It's not my favorite movie, but is it the worst movie I've seen? Not one of them. Personally, I like the Catwoman movie more than Wonder Woman movie, but that's just me. Because Catwoman to me feels like a bigger herd of innocent lives losing their lives in a car crash. Because that's why I like Catwoman movie. A little more writing than the Wonder Woman movie writing from 2017. As it challenges my grasp on reality, on what is right and wrong, and what is morally ethical. Because the fact that I'm comparing this and getting confused and bringing good examples into these movies, I'm also should tell you, I'm getting a little overwhelmed if I don't slow myself down. Oh, and the love story between Steve and Diana sucks. Totally not buyable. They have very unbelievable, boring love story that I did not care for when Steve just made his sacrifice and Diana was all sad and blah blah blah. Sorry, but I did not care. But the acting wasn't bad at all between those two. I just didn't thought those two get a good enough screen time to develop and to make me care about shit about them, which I did not as them as a couple. And I thought it was kind of out of nowhere how in the third act Steve confesses his love to Diana before he make a sacrifice or sacrifice and then bombs himself in the plane. Yeah, so this is kind of a rush job, this feels like, of a movie. And that's why I give Wonder Woman a 8 out of 10. It's not like the worst thing you could ever imagine for a comic book movie, but it's not great either. Is what I think of it in a nutshell. That's what I think of it, why I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. Am I recommending this movie? I guess. I'm recommending it. The same reason why I'm recommending the Catwoman movie you should watch. And the movie Shazam from 2019 you should watch. Because these are train wrecks of abomination put together stories. But you cannot help but like it. Because it's loud and dumb. These movies are in a nutshell. I just listed off. That's why I give it an 8 out of 10. These movies. Even though I cannot follow along what the hell the story is in any of these movies. For Catwoman, or for Shazam, or for Wonder Woman from 2017 even. So that's why Wonder Woman gets an 8 out of 10. Goodbye. Before I go, I want you to subscribe, hit the bell, and then hit the subscribe button in that order to get subscribed. And then hit the thumbs up if you like this video. I mean, like this video. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up. And then don't forget to hit the bell, and then hit the subscribe in that order. Goodbye.